of Sci-Fi Wire, and I'm excited to be joined by the folks behind Cult of Chucky, which is out now on home entertainment. And let me just introduce these folks. We've got, of course, Brad Dourif, who has been the voice of Chucky all the way through. Creator of Chucky, Don Mancini.
Yay!
Alex Vincent returning as Andy.
Yay!
Finally!
Jennifer Tilly,
Yay!
who of course is Tiffany. Yay! Jennifer Tilly's blinged out Chucky doll. Yay!
Yay!
And Fiona Dorff, who is back as Nika. So, guys, thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm going to ask you each a couple questions, but we are really here to talk about the art of Chucky. So we're going to dive into that, and there's a lot of art to talk about. But speaking of the art, like, first off, Brad, okay, so you've been doing this voice for 30 years. Of course, you know, as an actor, your voice may change. Has that altered your performance at all, or is it easy enough to just kind of slip right back into that same Chucky voice?
Well, truth is that Don Mancini is the boss. And he wasn't the boss on the first one, which meant that Chucky was from Chicago. But as his power grew insidiously over the years, he has moved Chucky to New Jersey. So it has been all these years, these 30 years, I've really maintained this slow, inch by inch sneak across the country as I wind up in New Jersey. And that's really been the thrust of my whole life
I like
for the
the
last
idea
30
that like there was
years.
one movie where he was from Massachusetts. You
Well,
know, he's like
people
halfway there.
ask you about that. I guess, wait a
you're
minute,
not
he's from in
consistent.
Child's Play, he's from Chicago. Then you say he's from Hackensack. I go, people move. Right? I mean, people move.
Maybe.
But in my case, I was always from Chicago, but then I became always from Massachusetts, and then I slowly became
never from
always
Massachusetts.
from
Sorry,
New
I
York
just started
until
that
I
rumor
fucking crossed the river, and then now I'm always from New Jersey.
Maybe he had a bunch
Yeah.
of
Be
aliases.
truthful.
Yes.
Hackensack.
Different
That's where
characters.
Chucky is from.
Chucky's from Hackensack.
For
There
two
you go.
reasons. Because
There you go. And it hasn't been easy. It's been a rough 30 years.
But it's also an allusion to Superman. Because that's where, you know, Miss Tessmacher is like, Lex, my mother lives in Hackensack. And Lex Luthor goes,
And also, I went to Hackensack High School.
you did?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
So it's all coming
It's
together.
perfect.
And it's very hard
I was
to
smarter
turn
than I
around.
realized.
He's looking at
I
me.
know.
You gotta like.
Oh, I can swivel this way.
Hi, Jen.
I know, I'm afraid to look because my outfit will fall off. I'm like, I really want
I feel
to
like we're
listen,
performing
but
to an
this is
audience.
I know.
Hey,
Hey, it's a Facebook
a
audience.
proscenium stage.
I feel like we're on a sitcom.
Well, you guys are talking. I'm just like angling out and making attractive expressions.
Well, Don, let me ask you about, you know, okay, the art of Chucky. I'm curious about the aesthetics of a kill, because in this movie, Call of Chucky, there's this great kill with the glass, the glass ceiling that shatters, and it's gorgeous looking, but it's also gory. When you're crafting that kind of shot, what's going through your head as far as, I want this thing to look good, but I still need that horror punch?
I'm thinking Brian De Palma, Dario Argento, Lucio Fulci. These are like the heroes of a certain strain of horror movie where they're interested in exploring the weird, incongruous beauty of horror, which I love. And that was kind of our mission, not just with that sequence, but with the whole movie, and in a way, just this whole series. We like to be, we really care how we look. That's all that matters.
I don't.
We're
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
vain.
Chucky's
We're
real
very
vain.
vain.
He said earlier he referred to it as Buñuel Chucky, which I love.
This is our Buñuel
Right.
Chucky. Yeah, but I mean, I love that. I love playing with that. And that in sequence in particular was really fun to plan. It's interesting because that sequence, the details of it changed a lot. In the first draft, Chucky causes the sprinkler system to come on, and it drenches them, and then they go up in flames. And I quickly got that out of my system, and it's like, that's going to take too long and be too much of a
And
pain in the ass.
that will be the entire budget.
Yeah, exactly. So then there was, in another draft, Chucky, because it's in a hospital, he goes to the closet, and there's this like vial there that says anticoagulant. He goes, does that mean what I think it means? And he injects her with it, and she just bleeds out from every orifice. That was
that's
very
good.
De Palma the Fury. But then I realized, I thought like it, because that's like halfway through the movie, and the movie structurally needed a big exclamation point, kind of like Aronofsky at the end of Mother, bing! It needed that, so I just like, that's why I decided to do the glass and the decapitation, the snow.
It's almost like a ballet. It's very ballet.
Yeah, it's very operatic.
Yes.
And it fits in with the dream sequence perfectly.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, it felt like snow and
Yeah.
death.
It was very beautiful, Don. Well
Splatter.
done.
Thank you.
Well, it is
done.
beautiful, but it's also like, so the asylum setting, it's so white and sanitized, and yet it's kind of like, it's dreamlike in its own way. For your role as Nika, like when you're kind of moving through that, did that allow you to kind of channel that a person that is at times questioning their sanity, everybody else is questioning her sanity? Did that asylum setting help you get into that role?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the whole thing, it was also a maze. The actual set of it, like, was this circular maze, so you would get lost in it really easily. And there was like this triangle in the middle, remember, that you could sometimes not find. And then, yeah, I mean, just the whole thing being in Winnipeg, Manitoba, and negative 40-degree weather kind of made me go crazy also.
Well, it's very Shining-esque. That's so it's easy to tap
But the
into
making,
that. Yeah.
the making of it was appropriately surreal and crazy making.
And really fun. They're
And
really
fun.
The deal is the Chucky movies are really, really fun to make.
Right.
They're just
Yeah.
like all this weird incestuous family. Incestuous, and we're just a close family.
Yeah, just close is okay.
Just to be clear.
Nobody's having sex.
That
Wait,
you know of.
Especially with my daughter.
I've never had sex on a Chucky movie set.
And that took
Yeah,
took
wow.
3 minutes.
This is going very interesting.
That's right.
I have a sex scene. I
No,
have a
you
sex
have
scene.
several.
I don't
too.
think sex scene. I usually like sleep with the craft service guy.
This is what you get when you tune into Facebook Live. Like, the stuff that was not planned to be talked about. Oh, okay, so Alex, your interaction
segue.
with Chucky the doll has obviously changed a lot over the years. The doll you started out with versus the one you start out Call of Chucky with,
Right.
totally different look. Talk about the evolving appearance of the Chucky doll and what you now have to interact with in Call of Chucky.
When my creation of the destruction of Chucky's face is what you're talking
Yeah.
about. Yeah, well, Chucky has come up with new ways to come back in a lot of these films, and with each of that usually comes a slightly different appearance of his. This was definitely the most drastic one, and it's just without totally explaining how it looks, but I did shoot him in the face with a shotgun, so this is what's left of that. Yeah, that was fun to play with. It's not as you can't carry him and walk around with him like the other dolls, but he fits perfectly in a safe to keep him there when I'm in the mood to play with him.
Well, let's
So,
not get ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Jennifer, you have to watch the movie to
job.
get that. Jennifer,
Yes.
I'm curious about your costume in the movie because you have this
Right.
gorgeous red coat going on or
Right.
dress. So
Well, I've been playing Tiffany for 20 years. I thought I knew Tiffany. I was very excited when Dawn said I was going to reprise Tiffany. Ran out to Melrose Avenue, bought all these trashy outfits. I showed up with 2 suitcases, and Dawn goes, no, Tiffany is not trashy anymore. Now Tiffany is classy. And I was like, what? And the wardrobe person was trying to tell me that Dawn had a very elegant suit made for me. And I insisted on putting on all my outfits and having to take Polaroids and show Dawn. And he was like, no, I have a new concept for Tiffany. It's that she's sort of like I'm his Tippi Hedren now. Before she was kind of a goth girl. But it's because how he explained it to me, Tiffany is living in Jennifer Tilly's body, and she's living in Hollywood, and she looks around, she realizes Jennifer Tilly, before Tiffany entered her body, was actually a B-list actress, and Tiffany's very ambitious. She's aspirational, as they say. She wants to be an A-list actress, and so she's patterning herself after Cate Blanchett, and she just saw Carol recently, and so she's like, I'm going to dress like Cate Blanchett in Carol. And also too, Dawn had this idea that I come into the, the bleak atmosphere of the mental asylum. there's nothing that funny about Jennifer Tilly aspiring to be Kate Blanchett. It's not that far of a reach. I mean, Tiffany's crazy. She's not like that insane.
You were nominated for an Oscar. You were definitely A-list.
Yeah.
I was.
Heads up.
You were aspiring
But
to
I
be
like
Julia
the-
Roberts
right.
I like-
in Seed.
I like the specificity of,
Yes.
of that suit having to do with Carol and Kate Blanchett.
It was Carol. No,
It's
it
really
was,
innocent?
no, the Carol was the black fur coat she wears in the last scene.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
right.
Well,
Okay.
The red suit is more Tippy.
anyway, it was just basically because he wanted me to be this splotch of color coming into the grim environment, and so I'm fine. Splotches on my resume actually is something that I can do very well.
Well, okay, we were talking about the art of Chucky. Let's talk about the fan art of Chucky, because this franchise has really inspired a lot of people to create some amazing things. So I'm going to show this to the camera, but I want to get your guys' impression and pass a couple of these around. We've got, like, crochet Chucky. What's your reaction with that?
This is my buddy Slaughter Crochet. Her name's Chelsea Scully, and she made little replicas of all the actors in the movie holding their Chucky dolls. And then this is Tiffany. This is when I first saw her online. I was just struck by how she had the black roots and the little cigarette in her hand and the little tattoo on her little crocheted breast. So she's very talented, and she does crocheted figures of horror icons.
And us.
Yeah.
And us
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah.
She's,
Oh,
made,
really?
she's made dolls of all of
Yeah.
us, too.
Well,
Is this
and-
Marley?
Yeah, we got
Marley.
this
Marley's
one.
amazing.
It's like a good father-daughter piece of work there. You got Chucky and Fiona, or Chucky and Nika, Brad and Fiona. What do you guys think about this one?
Marley's awesome.
Yeah,
Marley
it's
also does
Another person you know.
Yeah,
Beautiful work.
She's amazing.
She draws us a lot. She also does me and Chucky and Bart, a character I play on Dirk Gently's Illicit.
No
I
cross
haven't
promotion.
seen those.
No cross promotion.
I haven't seen her
good.
Bart.
Oh,
It's really
She
good,
does
yeah.
Bart and
I've
Chucky.
seen
It's
almost
really
everything
cool.
She
she's
seems to
done.
turn them around quickly.
That's
too.
beautiful.
She's always posting new
She
ones.
also
Yeah.
did a really great picture of you and me, of Brad Dourif playing the real live Chucky Charles Ray, and Tiffany, the live Tiffany.
Oh, yeah, as
in an
like
embrace.
teenagers. or
And I
something.
thought, oh, that's really cool. I would like to see that movie also.
So she's entered a kind of strange dream Chucky universe.
She is a part
So-
of the franchise.
Yeah.
That's
Thank
like
you, Marley.
artistic fan fiction there. Okay, so we've got sort of sexy cosplay Chucky. Brad, what do you think about when you see sexy cosplay
Dad, look, it's
Chucky?
you.
Jennifer,
Doesn't that
you
look
dressed
like-
up as a sexy Chucky for Halloween a couple of years
I
ago,
did,
as I recall.
yes. It's the oddest thing. They have sexy girl Chucky outfits, and it's like little hot pants and a little tiny sort of stripy crop shirt, and
Why not?
lots of trashiness.
Well,
It's fun.
This one looks a
ultimate
little homemade.
fan artwork is tattoos. So we've got some Chucky tattoos and Tiffany tattoos. What do you got? What's going through your head when you're seeing people with tattoos
that a
of
button?
your
Yeah, no,
characters?
it's an arm.
I mean, it's very
amazing.
flattering
Yeah.
and it's thrilling to see, but times I wonder, does your mom know?
I love that
Because like
Chucky
sometimes they
tattoos.
have like tattoos of our signature, which is also intensely flattering but misguided.
Yeah.
I agree.
Chucky tattoos? Anybody?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now
colorful
we got to see
These
more.
these are beautiful. I mean, there's like some that's like
Yeah.
really, really
I love that
beautiful.
one. I
These
see
are
it.
very-
Reflection
I
in
would
the night.
never get a tattoo, but God, every once in a while I'll look at one or two of them and go, that's pretty damn good. That's really quite extraordinary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then try not to think about how much it hurt.
I love tattoo
I think that's part of
art.
the attraction.
What Alexis on Bride of Chucky, he had to lay on his stomach for 8 hours while two tattoo artists worked all over him putting tattoos, fake
Yeah.
tattoos. And they offered to give me a tattoo free because they wanted to be my first tattoo. But I thought about it because they did such amazing work. And then I said, no. I'm not that impulsive, but I was very tempted because there's some beautiful tattoo artists out there.
I have a dragon flying like into my butt
I
that I
am
got
still
only to piss
furious.
my dad off when I was 15.
Furious.
And it's the worst tattoo in America, and I have it
fucking
forever.
Well-
It's a tramp. Yeah, it's real bad.
Well, if it's
And
on
I
your
did
back,
it-
you don't have to see it.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
It's only, it's
Only
it's only.
dot dot dot.
I understand when this flash of modesty came. Suddenly, she would not let me see her in a bathing suit for like 2 years.
And I got it because my older sister Christina had tattoos. It was the only reason why I got it, and she was really cool.
I can't believe you did
And
that.
so I got, and I still have it.
Well, I like that we came
Fan
here to
art.
talk about Cult of Chucky, the art of Chucky, and then we worked through some family issues as well.
Family
So
issues, yes.
it went in a direction I did not expect. But well, Cult of Chucky is out right now. You guys should check it out.
It's really good.
With all these guys, it's
Yeah,
actually really good.
Wait, we have to mention our
crazy.
favorite Chucky artist, Junior Moreau from Brazil.
Yes.
Do we have any
Yes.
Junior Row art here?
I don't know, but
Are we
I
going to
think
show
we're
all
running.
this? I love this one. This lady. This one, that's really good.
It's from the new one too.
From the
Yeah,
new, it's
from
from
the current
Cult
one.
of Chucky.
Cool.
She's like,
I
Oh,
haven't
this is
seen
Marina,
it.
Marina
Right.
Kerr.
Yeah, that one's really
Plays
hot.
Angela.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Some
Boy,
more.
tattoo art. Yeah, I love that.
So certainly the movies, the franchises inspired a lot of artists,
lot
and,
of art.
and I think Call of Chucky is going to inspire some more. So check out the movie
Yes.
and with these guys, and thanks for joining us.
I
for-
think it's the best one yet. It's really good, and we're getting great
Crazy.
reviews,
Great
and it's
reviews,
awesome.
yes.
Oddly, I agree.
and you can take that to the bank. All right, thanks Facebook.
Thank you, Facebook peoples.
People.
Ciao.
Bye, Junior.